And we're live.
Yes, we are live. It's early, y'all. I know, but we are live and we are up this morning because we have a topic that we all need to talk about. It's something that a lot of people don't like to talk about, and that is mental health. Um, Last year we had a very rough year with this pandemic that happened. I know I went down into a very deep depression, and we're going to talk about that later. But I'm so excited to have Jamise here this morning, Miss Jamise Lewis. She is a social service worker, and she's been doing that for over 20 years. She's a mother of two. Good morning. Good
Good morning.
morning.
Early.
We we are up this morning. We are up this morning. Up.
Yes. First thing I did was make some coffee. I said, let me make some coffee right now.
Girl, I had to go pick up me some. Go pick up some coffee.
What
But
time
we are up. We are grateful to be here to serve you guys this morning
yes.
and to talk about, like I said, a topic that a lot of people don't want to talk about, and that's mental health. So I'm going to turn this over to Jamise because I want Miss Lewis to just tell us about herself. Can you tell us, Miss Jamise, who are you? What's your family structure? What's your background?
Okay, so let's see. Born and raised in Cleveland, Ohio. Um, Moved from there, lived in New Orleans, went to school in New Orleans, moved to New York. From New York, moved to Florida. I'm in Florida now. I was like, well, where am I? I'm in Florida today. And I've been down here for about 13 years. Oh, and to give you a pre-warning, my uncle is walking the dog and he likes to talk to him. So he'll probably pitter patter through here and talk to the dog for 3 minutes.
It's okay. It's okay. It's 2021. Everybody at home. Everybody at home. We know. It's okay. So you said that, so you lived in New York, you went to school in New Orleans, and then how did you get to Florida?
My parents actually moved here. And then I was just like, well, what else am I doing? Might as well move. And then when I moved, I was like, I hated it. It was like for the newlywed and newly dead. And I was neither one of those.
Okay. And so go ahead.
Oh,
And so how did you get into social services?
oh my gosh. I think it's probably been my whole life. So it was so funny when I was in school. One of like people used to call randomly the dorm room.
Mhm.
Like they would call, it would be the wrong number, and then they would say, well, since I'm on the phone with you, can I ask you a question? I'm like, is this the Miss Cleo hotline? What social number are you getting? Is this like the 1-800 helpline? And literally I would just be on the phone talking to them, and my roommate used to laugh. She's like, who are you talking to? No one has our number. We just got here. We're freshmen. Who are you talking? And what are you talking about? Because I'm talking to people off the ledge and all this. And then my favorite uncle in the whole wide world has been in social work for years. And I think I was 8 years old, and he took me to my first group meeting in San Francisco. And I'm like, what? What are y'all going through? This is real life. This was not TV.
What kind of meeting? What kind of meeting was it?
Gosh, what was it, an AA meeting?
Oh, okay. Okay. For social work.
Yeah. And I think ever since then, and just listening to people's story, I'm like, wait, this is people really going through something. It's not, what you see on TV and everybody's like, oh, like happy. And no, this is real life. And that was
Right.
probably what sparked it because he loved it. He loved working with all types of people. And I loved him. So it was easy.
And Jamise, like the way that I met Jamise was I was working in child protective services, and that's how I ended up meeting Jamise. A lot of people don't know that I have a degree in interdisciplinary social science. So one of my goals was to work in child protective services to help children who were going through abusive situations. So that's how Jamise and I ended up meeting about maybe 6 or 7 years ago. And she continued her career. Because I graduated college in like 2013, I think. And then I started there right after that.
Oh
So
God, great time in that class.
it's been a while, yeah. And so as far as mental health during this pandemic, what challenges, have you experienced or you've seen others experience?
Girl, it was, well, I will say, like, every day I had to go to work. So it's not like I got the opportunity to work from home. So I think having to get up and having to put clothes on probably helped a little bit, because some people couldn't go anywhere. They're at home, the kids are at home, everyone's at home, and it's just like, it was a lot, it was a lot.
Mhm.
So I want to say it probably didn't really set in until, let me see, pandemic started in March, April, May. Carl was home out of work for about a month, which wasn't too bad. Maybe 2 months. But even then it was still like, okay, because Universal, thank God, was still paying him. So, I mean, we were still blessed again, like the whole time. Um, JoJo was doing Zoom school, but he was actually kind of thriving. Like, I think he liked being able to work on his own pace, kind of like me. Like, just leave me alone, tell me what I got to do for the day, and it'll be done by 5 o'clock.
Right, right. Let me work. Let me work.
Yeah. So he used to get
Right.
up in the morning, do his work, and then by noon, he's done for the whole day.
Right. So he was able to strive in this situation, your son, even though like he was taken from school, he was able to um kind of acclimate with the challenges that was going on around him. So during the pandemic for me, I ended up going into a very deep, dark depression.
Oh,
Uh, because number one, I love to go to church. Church, done. Like we were not able to go to church. So I'm very spiritually connected and I love to be around believers. So that took a lot for
mm-hmm.
me. And then they closed the gym. I love to work out. And there went the gym.
Yeah.
And one of the biggest challenges for me was travel, right? So last year, for a whole year, I just traveled the world for a year. And then I taught English in Thailand. And then once I came back, this whole pandemic hit. And I was planning on going back overseas and teaching again. But, we were stuck, and then all the entertainment stuff shut down. So it was like, for a single woman at the time, it was very, very tough, and I wasn't around any family or anything. And then with my career, my job, they didn't know where they were going to lay people off, or they didn't know what was going to happen.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
it was just a lot at one time, and then the health crisis. So it was just a lot that was
Don't think
going on.
about that. Yeah.
Right, it was a lot that was going on at one time. So for you, how were you able to get over any of the challenges that you had during this pandemic with everybody being in one house together at one time all the time?
Well, in the beginning, it was okay because it seemed like everybody was doing like at home workout classes. Because I was like, oh, why everybody getting a Corona 15? I'm about to lose. Like,
Right.
it's still gonna be summer, and I'm gonna be summer body ready.
Right.
I joined like a couple challenges. So at night I would work out. In the morning I was working out like with video. At noon in my office, remember I told you I was working out with this girl, G.I. Jane Fitness out of Mississippi. I don't even know how I found her, but
yeah,
at home in her driveway, like, come on, it's noon, let's go. And I'm in my office like just do water. Look, all those
right.
and a water bottle will still keep an effect, will make an effect. And so I'm doing all this for the first few months and it's feeling good. I am like losing weight. I'm looking at pictures. It's feeling good. And then I think it was like right around the time where things were kind of trying to start to open up again.
Yeah.
People were starting to, like, summer was over. So everybody's thinking like, okay, this, Corona should be over. Let's start going out again and all this. That people stopped doing the classes again, and online. The challenges started to end because the gym started to open up. I wasn't ready to go back to the gym yet because people not wearing masks. Just like you said, the whole thing is like, I mean, fortunate enough, I didn't lose anybody in our family, but I had friends who lost like cousins and uncles and grandparents. So it was just like, it was still hitting very close to home. People who just weren't supposed to die. And I guess that's when it really started setting in. Like, here comes the depression. Here comes okay, you haven't traveled anywhere in 6, 7. And I was so used to, I was getting ready to go. My parents were supposed to go to Egypt last year. I couldn't make that trip, but we were going to try to go on a cruise, like all these things. And it's just like, well, wait, I can't do that. I can't go here. And it wasn't even being home with everybody. Cause like I told you, I was at work every day, but I would be like a hermit. I'm at work in my office with my door closed. Cause at one point in time, and thank God, but Corona went through the whole office. Like 7 people were out. Yeah, it was like the stricken 7, girl. Like 7 people were out. A couple people were in the hospital. And I'm like, ooh, so is it a benefit I don't really socialize? Or am I like,
Well, now, Jamise, with that, is it because of the work that you guys do and you're in the field around, families? Is that one of the reasons why they ended up contracting?
I don't even think so, because we couldn't have anybody come to the office. When we would go to the field, we're literally waving at somebody. Oh, side note, guys, I also am a probation officer. So people are probably like, what field? So we would just drive by and just kind of wave to somebody, outside their door. So I really think it was people were socializing outside of work. Because a group of 7 were very close. They would ride together in the cars. They were going to eat together. They were eating together in each other's offices. I think one weekend they went on like a boat ride. I mean, yeah, it was out of town, but they spent a lot of time with each other in each other's faces. So, they were kind of each other's lives. I don't know. It was just weird how it kind of happened. So there was really no tracing like back to it. Okay, you go to the club or go out to eat or something. They all claim they didn't really go anywhere, just with each other. But girl, who knows? Maybe their spouses or others.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's tough, right? Because you don't know, and I feel like everything during this pandemic has been about the unknown, which causes anxiety, depression, stress, feeling overwhelmed, very overwhelmed. And if you still feel overwhelmed, if you still feel stress and anxiety, it's expected. Last year was a year nobody has ever seen before. We've never seen anything like that before, and now we're dealing with the aftermath because the pandemic is still happening, right? So for me, the way that I was able to get over it was I started the group Pretty Ladies with Ambition. And I was, like I said, I was in the bed for a very long time. And once I started, like I heard a voice, in my head from God, like, get up. You have got, like, seriously, like, you have got to get up. And so what I start doing is I start walking. I just start walking 1 hour each day, and then I start posting in the group. And Janice, you was one of the ones who was on there, like, look, I'm working out too. You know, you had your Fitbit. You're like, I'm working out too.
For me, it was like such a roller coaster. Like I started off at such a high, then I think we kind of got comfortable. Things started to fade out, and then like it was right around October. I would say probably October. And when I look at a lot of people's posts, it seemed like it was something about October that everybody really started getting dark. I guess it was just like things still really weren't open. Now we had a whole summer where summer was different, and now we're still in the house. So I think for me, a lot happened in October. It was like my birthday. We really couldn't do anything. Now that I think about it, I don't think I did anything. I definitely didn't work, because if no one's going to celebrate you, please celebrate yourself. Do not work on your birthday. That is to everybody else. It gives you a whole brand new life. Do not work on your birthday. You deserve to be at home, even if it's in the bed watching soaps all day or reality TV. Just celebrate yourself.
Yeah.
Celebrate yourself. So I remember being at home. It was like a Tuesday. I think I took off the whole week, girl. And that was probably the beginning of like the slump. We were applying for a house with a builder. Everything was going okay, but it seemed like they were just digging for a reason to deny us. Maybe I think they were mad that we were this young Black couple going for this 5-bedroom house, and they like, you need to get this little 2-bedroom right here. I don't know why you think you need to jump to 5. And I'm like, because we got like 5 kids between the two of us. And
so you feel like you were being discriminated against in the housing market?
Yeah, I really think, when I'm telling you, I feel like she was digging. And not just digging, like combing. And I get it. I know it's a whole process, but I felt like she was literally combing line through line on my bank account, like just looking for a reason. Like, well. And I'm like, we don't even make that much. What you mean? We make enough to afford this place, but we're not like balling out of control. You know, what's this? What's this bill? What y'all paying here? Where's this money going? And I'm like, it's right there. We need an explanation. Type up an explanation. And right when
I can see how that could add to the stress of being in a pandemic, and then you're buying a home, and then all the rules were changing all at one time, even in the housing market, even in the buying process. They're trying to adjust to everything as well. And then for you to be getting discriminated in the home buying process, like I could see how that could be overwhelming and cause stress.
Girl, I don't even think our stuff made it to the underwriter. That's just how screwed. I don't think the loan processor ever even passed it on, because she'd be like, oh, the underwriter wants this. And I'm like, girl, does she or do you? Because I feel like you're the nosy one. You trying to figure out, again, where this little young Black couple came up with this deposit.
So in the end, you guys end up closing on the home. Was it last week or 2 weeks ago?
Yes. 2 weeks ago. I think it's been about 2 weeks since we've been in here. That's why it's an echo. We still working.
So you guys you ended up closing on the home in the middle of the pandemic, even though they were trying to close the door on you. And that's one of the things about God. What God has for you, God has for you. Yes. No man can take away, no matter what obstacles you try to put in somebody's way. If it's for you, it is for you. God knows the plans for your life.
But girl, when you're depressed, you don't want to hear none of that. When that house fell through, weight went like this. Everything, I felt like, just went like this. You see what I'm saying? Like, and it was crazy because nothing else was wrong. Like me and Carl were good. Me and the kids were good. Like all my personal relationships were good. Even work wasn't bad. I have a supervisor. She wasn't giving me no blues. Like nothing else was wrong. But I just literally felt like there was just like this cloud. And even when I went to go see my doctor, and she be coming in, she write on her chart, like, get ready, because she knows it's going to be funny when I see her. I was like, hi. She was like, girl, what's wrong with you? I was like, girl, I couldn't shake the feeling. I couldn't be happy if I wanted to. And I felt like it was almost like chemical. It was just like I'm trying, I'm getting up every day. I'm going through the routine. If somebody says something to me, of course I'm speaking back, or I'll give you like a little joke. But I felt like I literally could cry at the drop of a hat. Like if the right commercial or something came on, the dog died, I would just cry. I could fall apart. I felt like I was like this close to just, yeah, I could have fell apart. And so I told her, I was like, I need something. I need something, maybe a non-narcotic, because I don't necessarily want to get addicted, but I need something that's going to like turn my brain on into saying, okay, the light's on, because this darkness, I felt like it was literally probably going to like swallow me up and overwhelm.
And I think that's one of the biggest things, Janice, that people don't do, and I'm so proud of you for doing, is going to get help, right? A lot of people don't get help. Like, I go to therapy, you know what I'm saying? I think that therapy is a very, very healthy thing to do. And I also think if you need to see a psychologist, then you should see a psychologist. I think that mental health should be your priority, considering you have work, family, bills, friends. It's just so many different outside things on just you as, one individual. And one of the tools that I use, and I start using in our women empowerment group, and we're going to get back to that, ladies, is meditation.
Mm-hmm.
Meditation, just being still and being calm and just focusing on your breathing and just focusing on just one thing,
Oh my God. Different. Yeah. But it's so hard. It's like meditation's such a fine line. Because, okay, so think about it. Just like you said, so you and I are Christians. We love to go to church. We love to interact with other like faith believers, right? So when you get the whole sometimes like, oh, you just need to pray about it, or you need to just read the word, and you're like, yeah, I need to couple that with maybe some medication and therapy. It's a whole cocktail. It's not just like, oh, so when you started doing the meditation, I went to the library and got some meditation books. So I got one by like, what is it, Deepak Chopra, like total meditation. So I'm reading his book and I'm doing like the tips and everything every day. I download this meditation app on my phone, like at work. So when I would first come to work, I had my coffee and I would have 5 minutes of meditation. I would close my door. I'll put a sign up that says, do not disturb. I'll turn my chair to the wall. And you're right. And I just did some like breathing exercises like every day. But it's when I'm reading the book, even though he great tips, I literally had to find the word to go in along with that, because that could literally almost take you a whole nother direction. And not saying you won't be a believer anymore, but you can get so caught up in almost being a Buddhist that you forget. You see what I'm saying? You get so caught up because it was really all like you, the inner you and all this. And it's like, yeah, yes, the Holy Ghost dwells in me, but I'm not my own God. You see what I'm saying? Right. I totally just look at me. So I had to keep reminding myself as I'm reading this book, like, okay, Jesus, like let me insert God here, because I could get lost.
And I think that it's good to talk about religious practices, right? Because I believe whatever it is that, you believe, the universe, you believe Christianity, Buddhism, whatever you believe, just go to your faith when you're going through those hard times. Go to your faith and what you believe and just pray or do whatever that practice is for you. Whatever is going to help you to stay connected and to move your life forward.
Yeah, I think that was the biggest thing. It's just like, you have to believe in something. And especially during this time, because I'm telling you, just like you said, you heard a little voice that said, okay, it's time to get up. Imagine people who don't, you see what I'm saying? Who don't have like something to tune in on Zoom. Look, I watch about 3 churches on Sunday. I go between mine for the word, another church for praise and worship. Sometimes I'll swing back around to another church for their word too. Like, yeah, between the meditation, the bike riding, the journaling, like you have to, you have to, because it's so easy to stay there. I mean, when I went to my doctor, I was like, I don't want to stay here. This is horrible. Like, I won't get out. I literally felt like I was not going to get out. And so when I started the medication, now I can't even remember what it was. Whatever one was like the non-narcotic. At first it was cool because I wasn't sad. As a matter of fact, I didn't feel anything. I'm like, I can't say I would have felt happy or sad. It literally almost just kind of numbs all emotion. And it just numbs everything. So when happy things would happen, I'm like, oh, right on. No emotion, flat. Okay. Or bad things would happen. I'm like, I know I should feel something, but the medication won't allow me. Sorry. Like I wasn't bad. Yeah. So it was nice. But then when I started, like one week I stopped taking it because I was like, okay, I feel okay. And that wasn't bad. It wasn't bad coming off of it. But then when I stopped taking it because I felt like now it was making me high strung. It was taking me the opposite. So I felt like, I can't even think of, maybe kind of like the Road Runner or something, or the Tasmanian Devil. I would be like, like now I'm on the extreme and I'm hype and I'm yelling and yeah, no. But so when I cloudy day, you take it.
Yeah, so it's pretty much per person, and that's something that you should get advice from your psychologist about before you do that. And Jamie, she went to see a psychologist, therapist, and now she's in a healthier place, you know. Yeah. And don't be ashamed to go and get help. Call your friends, call your family members. You know, just reach out. Stay around positive people.
Definitely.
Stay around positive people.
Stay around positive people. Stay in the group.
Stay in the group.
Stay in the group.
Stay in the women's group.
Because your laugh is so contagious. And people be like, who is that laughing? I'm like, oh, that's Kiera.
I always get in trouble for my laugh. Oh my gosh.
But it's so, I mean, it's contagious.
Yeah.
I think you get in trouble for it because people are so envious of the joy that just radiates from you every day. I remember when we were in the office together, people were like, where is so? Like, she always laughing. Yes, she's happy. Sorry, you're not.
Yeah. You know what I found, Janice? I found that with me, my personality is I'm always excited about something. I'm always happy for other people. I love to celebrate. It's just like my personality. And in corporate America, it don't quite fit, you know. So I found that I had to operate in a different space and like start a business and, you know, kind of be on my own. But once in working in corporate America, because corporate America is another reason why I went through a huge depression at one point in my life, a huge depression. But I always have to go high. I'm always here in the morning when I wake up, I'm here. So the lowest you can get me is here, like right here. You can't bring me here because I'm already here at the beginning of my day, you know? So the lowest I can go is here. So make sure that you keep your energy elevated high and your vibrations high. So no matter what happens on the outside world, the lowest you can go is here and you won't go down to that depression. And I had to learn that about myself. So always keep my energy and my vibrations very, very, very high, right?
That is good. So now I got to try to wake up and be like on. I'm gonna
Yeah.
every morning. What? Let me see what Kiara's doing this week.
Yes, Janice, you have to keep your vibrations very high because we live in a natural world, but there's also some spiritual things that are going on as well. So
Yeah,
we just
with that because people want it so much that they'll try to drain you for it. They want what you have. So you have to be careful because people will just almost be like leeches and just keep trying to suck and take and take and take and not pour back into you because they want that. Just like I said, I will call you every morning just to get just to get a little bit of that because people just they want that. So it's
and
like
what is yeah, and thank you for that. And one of the things that I had to learn was limitation and boundary. So
yeah.
make sure, because we're in a space right now where a lot of people, they really need something. Like you said, if it's good energy or whatever the source is that they need it. So you have to make sure that you're protecting yourself and your mental health by creating boundaries and limitations around yourself and around others and protecting your peace. And that's one thing that I always talk about is protecting your peace, taking time for yourself, doing self-care, getting your nails done, getting your hair done, getting a massage. We always talk about, self-care, So I think it's important that you said that, Janice, and it's putting limitations around yourself.
Yeah, because I mean people it's contagious. People want our energy.
Yeah.
They
Janice.
they
And
do.
is there anything else that you can leave us with? I know that we talked about how you work in social services, you're a probation officer, you also do makeup, and that's how we became cool. One time she did my makeup. She worked at Mac for a long time and did makeup there. She did her bridal party for her mom yesterday, and yeah, Janice is very multifaceted. She's very talented. But one of the things that you're starting is a new business. And can you tell us about that business and why it's important?
Yes. Okay. So it's Afian. It's called Afian Consultants, and Afian's actually my middle name, so it means gift, in Sierra Leone language. So I'm proud of that. Um, and it's cultural diversity de-escalation courses. So it ranges anywhere from law enforcement to just small businesses. And I don't even remember how. Well, I think I always kind of developed it. I'm very passionate about customer service. Like having worked in customer service for over 20 plus years, starting from like 13 at Dippin' Dot stand at an amusement park. Like, yes. So ever since then, it's just kind of just been drilled into my head of like expectations of treating the customer good. It was always the customer is right. I think I've learned that my whole life. So when I go somewhere and I'm not treated like that, I'm like, did y'all not get the memo? Like, did you? Because that was like the first day in class. Is the customers always?
Oh my gosh. Like, and when you live in other countries, or Jimmy's, you travel and you go to other countries, like the customer service is on point. It's like, yes, ma'am, yes, sir. Like for a while when I lived in Dubai, I thought my name was Madam. Like, yes, madam. Like, yes. But here in America, we do need help with customer service. I can't agree with that.
I mean, they all need to take a book out of, and I hate to say it, but they all need to take a book out of Disney. I have never gone there and had a horrible experience. If you think from the time in the parking lot, the person at the parking lot literally is like, hey, how you doing? You doing all right? Welcome to welcome. The parking lot attendant, the person who is picking up the trash. And yes, I can go on a whole nother direction about how I feel about they treat the employees, but the employees treat the people like everybody is valued. Everybody is valuable. And it's like, and that's how you should treat people. And so just seeing that is just like, yes, that is the how. So I hate when I go into a business and they don't speak, they're following you around, they're mistreating people. And it's just like, but why? If you don't speak to me when I walk in the door, I walk out. I don't need to spend my money here. You don't want my business either. You are doing just fine in this establishment with all my little tiny coins. So, and even like and now with everything changing and things going more viral with videos and stuff like that. So it's not like the police brutality is anything new. It's just now we can see it. Mm-hmm. That's the thing. That's the only difference now. Now it's live in a living color. Everybody can record it. Everybody can post it. So I just took it. I'm not gonna say took advantage of it, but I'm in the opportunity.
Well, you saw that there was a problem and you created a solution for the problem that you were seeing in the world.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, just developing a whole course. I mean, if anybody is like a member of I guess now it's Truist Bank, but they have like a Hope project within there and they offer free business planning classes. So this past summer, I signed up I was like, well, it's free. I mean, this is before I even developed this. I had a whole nother idea for a business plan. It was to do a daycare for kids, but on a more of like an intimate, smaller classroom level. And it was literally almost just kind of just for the infants. It was like, I forgot what I even called it, Nana's babies. So literally it was like taking retired, teachers or grandmothers, and all they would do is pretty much hold your baby all day.
That was cool.
I know. And then they kid, and I'm like, well, nobody want them to hold their baby. So, but I took this class. I mean, and the guy was phenomenal. And he even said it in a class. He was like, you're writing this, but you're setting the foundation for what could be any business. So I'm writing this and I'm going and I'm noticing, like, as I'm writing it, the passion is kind of changing because I'm on a higher end. I felt like this was such a high-end daycare. This is not your average person. Of course, I would offer scholarships for the average person, but this is like $2,000 a week. And the only reason I wanted it to charge that much is because I want to be able to pay people what they're worth. Mm-hmm. That's the problem. This ain't for your average nickel and dime. No, this is paying someone to love on your child from inception, pretty much. Like, we're trying to nurture new human beings. So I'm doing all this, and I mean, as you can see, I'm still my baby. So maybe we'll circle back around.
Right. And that's the thing, like a lot of people had to adjust their plans during this season. So their business plan may have been, like you said, like a daycare, and you had to make an adjustment. You saw another problem in the world and you created a solution. So being able to adjust with the changes right now is very, very important. Very important.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are striving right now, with adjusting to the change and creating different businesses from the problems that they see in the world.
Yeah, that is so true. Now, look, if you're a Black female, now is the time. Okay. if you got an inch of a dream, find somebody, get connected, and go for it, because they are like, it's a Black female business. Register with the Black female businesses or minority businesses, because the companies are so hungry for it. Even if it's just to make themselves look good, you could be in that position because they want it. Now is our time. And yes, it's still stressful. Just like you said, you're still going to deal with the microaggression, of course, because people are always going to be jealous and hating. But there's still several people who are hungry for the truth and hungry for us to be in that position, because it's popular. We're in. Black girls are in. We rock right now.
No, we've always been in. Always been in, and it's been the oppression. But God is shining a light on every Black woman, every woman of color in this world, and that's another reason why we created Pretty Ladies Ambition, for woman empowerment, and to highlight the gifts and talents and skills that have gone unnoticed from our community.
And thank you for that, because I tune in. I'm like, ooh, somebody does that. Okay, let me find you. I appreciate it. I feel like this is great networking. amazing. We do. And we do need to celebrate each other because we do celebrate each other. I think that's why sometimes I really hate reality TV show. I'm like, this is not us. First of all, we're not having lunch with somebody we don't like. Let's put that out there. Unless it's about business, I don't need that energy in my life.
Right. And that's the great thing is just like we talked about, like surrounding yourself with positive people. And we're going to continue to enforce positivity, being around loving, caring believers,
Yes.
People who want more out of life. Right. So we want to thank you so much, Janice, for being so vulnerable today. So vulnerable and talking about mental health and coping with it during the pandemic. I know it hasn't been easy for you. It hasn't been easy for me. But it gets easier when everybody comes together. So thank you guys and have a great Sunday. Bye.